Hey everyone, welcome to the 2017 Utah Open. Today we got Big Julie commentary, myself, Jeremy Koling, joined by Paul Ulibarri. We're going to do the front nine, first round, at the beautiful Mulligan's course in Ogden, Utah. Hole one, Paul, what do you think about it?
Yeah, let's get right into it. Hole one actually is one of the better starting holes that we have on the tour, in my opinion.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah, 711 feet, par 4, OB on the right the whole entire way, and then kind of a bailout area to the left where you're going to leave yourself about a 250, 300 foot upshot.
Yeah, you kind of get to grip and rip into this hole. It's a nice way to start. I like courses where you can really lay into the first shot. And like you said, there's the water on the right, and Lewis is kind of challenging that, but I think he maybe got onto the side hill there, and it doesn't look like he's out of bounds.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. That was really close.
But you mentioned the left bailout area. If you do go too far left, you will have some trees to contend with as well. The drive here, being that it is a grip and rip hole, actually really does benefit the longer thrower because the green is so precarious with the bunker right in front and the downslope behind.
Yeah, Mulligan's really gets you into the groove and shows you what the course design is like, even on this first hole with the green is going to have a big drop off at right after a couple guardian bunkers.
Yeah.
And it just shows you almost every green has OB around it or a challenging aspect in that regard.
And you get to see Drew Gibson use his power there with a really long tee shot, put himself in a really good position. Here we get to see my touring partner from Charlotte, North Carolina, 18-year-old Austin Turner. As you can see, he is a backwards righty. And he is going to throw his Big Z Force nice and low, but a good carry. The thing's got some nice glide to it. He's as far out as you really need to be able to get a good look into the approach.
Yeah, it's really good to see another lefty really up and coming on the tour.
Yeah, for sure. Lewis did stay safe, so here's his second shot. Maybe out of position to attack, but it looks like he actually does throw a nice shot into the circle there.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want. Hitting the hillside right above the bunker and giving yourself a real makeable putt. That's
the best place to collect. It's so hard to stop your disc on the downslope. So hitting that front side bunker right above it, or the front side hill right above the bunker, is really the best way to stop your disc.
Yeah, and Austin playing really the normal shot, playing past the basket, down the hill, giving yourself an uphill putt.
Right. Staying away from OB is key out here. Even if you're not giving yourself a look for birdie, like Drew's maybe a little bit too far to give that too aggressive of a run. If he goes over the basket, he's into the bunker. But that's really the best play right there from Austin, and a great start. Good uphill putt from about 32 feet.
Yeah, this is really one of the bonus birdies to get, in my opinion. And it really gets your round going. Let's see what Lewis has got for us.
And he's such a great putter. He's somebody that he practiced putts just as much as anyone you're going to see at the elite level of putting. It's one of the things when you see Lewis warming up for a round, you see him just running to a practice green and just throwing like 1,000 putts almost.
Yeah, and one of the more unique putts that we've really ever seen in the game.
Yeah, kind of that air bounce spin putt. It's really nice. He makes it work for him, That's really what all it takes is just finding a putting style and sticking to it, and you can figure out the ins and outs of it. It doesn't have to be like anyone else's, but just commit to it.
Absolutely, just be confident.
Hole 2, this is a really, really, really tough green to land on. As you see, you have the water, you have the greens, which are OB, the sand traps OB, and then behind the basket, which is right over that knoll, there's a downhill slope to more water.
Yeah, speed control is key on this one, and it's hard to get that control because you're trying to clear this hill that Lewis Bitney lands right on top of it, and you'll take that. You'll take a 30-foot putt right down at the basket, or 35 foot.
You want to just get 2 feet higher, and he's got that thing 10 feet from the pin. And that's a really fast shot. You have to really watch out for this because this could easily go OB, and yeah, it looks like he's definitely OB here.
Yeah, height is a real big issue on that hole. You need it to stall out towards the basket. If you accidentally leave it low, it'll race right by just like you did.
And just take a moment and just look at what we're looking at out here. I mean, look at that. That's the way to play the shot. High hyzer, and just look at those white caps up there. I mean, this is like this course, not like this course. Oh, no, that might be a reason to not like the course. Oh, that's such a brutal thing to see there.
Oh, man. That was a really good shot. Like we were saying, the control that he had on that drive, and then to just get the backwards roll in.
Just sailed a little bit too long and almost cashed his putt for 3, and Austin chains out for his 3 as well. And here's Lewis for his, I don't want to say bonus, but it's almost a bonus. Just, I mean, especially when 2 of your card mates just took bogeys, that putt definitely feels like it's a bonus to get the 2 there. But, I mean, you see how tough that green is to land on. If you get a 2 here, if you put your drive inside the circle, you feel pretty good about yourself.
Absolutely. And like we said, after Lewis hit the top of the hill, you'll take that. And as you can see, the next 2 drives went out of bounds, and so...
Yeah, really the name of the game on this course is just, you know, I mean, obviously you got to collect a lot of birdies because it's a golf course, not that many trees, a lot of greens that you can attack, but you're going to see water, greens, bunkers almost every single hole, and if you can avoid them somehow and stay away from all the hazards, you're going to do well regardless. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, the course kind of almost baits you into playing safe, but there's really no way to play safe. I think the best way to play is to play almost super aggressive. Right.
The aggressive attack is the way that you avoid all that.
Yep.
And this is just so hard to not go beyond this hole, man. It's just, where do you land it? You know, like you have to hit the side of that bunker, hyzering in, and somehow skip over it to avoid the OB there.
Yeah, because of the camera angle, you can't really see that there is a mandatory tree that you have to go around. So you have to throw right of this Mando tree, which really pushes you to all of the out of bounds that you were just talking about. And Austin slides across the green. It's a really hard lefty hole, so
and
he'll
probably
take
the hardest lefty hole in the course.
Yep.
This is like the only anti-lefty friendly hole in the course, I'd say, because the rest of them are all pretty lefty friendly because the water, as you'll see throughout this round, kind of slopes, keeps you away from the lefty hyzer keeps you away from the water. This one's pretty tricky, and Austin definitely left himself way more on the plate than he wanted to after that long birdie run.
And Lewis gives that a bid from the hazard, so you play from where your disc lands in the bunker.
With a one-stroke penalty. There's Austin's 3-putt. Good save there. You never want to have a 3rd putt from outside the circle.
No.
So, well done there from Austin.
And Drew had actually a really good drive. He snuck around the pine tree, and he has this left for birdie.
Yeah, it's a good thing he went that far left because what you'll see a lot of times is somebody will throw a drive, stay safe, somehow miss the green, miss the bunker, put it within 20 feet, but they're right behind that Christmas tree there. And if you are behind that tree in any way whatsoever, you're laying up from inside 12 feet.
Yeah.
There's just no way to get around it. It's so close. You can't quite tell how close it is, but it's like 2 feet away. So, on to hole 4 now. I think hole 4 is one of the holes that is really well designed because it's hard to make a hole that gives the distance players advantages. Like I know that sounds silly. People think you just make a long hole, but that's not exactly. If you make a hole that's too long, you take away the advantage of the distance thrower. This gives a distance thrower a huge advantage to be able to actually attack a green that's 450 feet away over water the whole way.
And honestly, if you're playing on the Pro Tour, most everybody has the distance to get here, so it really baits you into again attacking the pin.
And look at that shot from Austin. Nicely done. Lefty over the water the whole way. It takes a lot of trust to go for that shot as a lefty, but he's left with about 35 feet. Oh, we're getting a FollowFlight here. Look at that. He went over land on the left side. That's so wide.
Yeah, that takes tremendous power. And he showcases how much power he has for a lefty.
Yeah,
probably the most powerful lefty on tour.
On tour right now.
Yep.
Yeah. There's some players that I would say like Timo Nisanen from Finland, Derek Billings are 2 guys I'd say are up there with the power that he has. But right now that are actually on tour, I think Austin's got the most power for a lefty.
Yep. And Drew taking the traditional
600-foot hyzer line.
Yeah, just laying it out over land, making sure that he catches the land and really kind of playing it safe, which is a good play.
And Lewis Bitney actually is one player that has a tremendous amount of power that is underrated. Like, this guy gets him out there over 500 feet, makes it look kind of easy. He makes it look really nonchalant wearing his jeans and Supras, and he gets him out there. It's pretty impressive to watch. Drew. Oh! from circle 2, almost outside circle 2.
Wow, that looks so good the whole way.
He's such a good putter at times, man. I'd say most. Oh, look at this. He gets a FollowFlight and a SloMez in the same hole. That never happens.
Wow.
Well done from the lefty. Good work, kid. Yeah, but Drew is a tremendous putter, and oh man, that's a little bit uncharacteristic from Lewis. He is a pretty aggressive putter. I mean, for that right there, there's really no risk at running that one. Mm-mm. The water wasn't behind it from his angle there, and a little bit surprised to see him leave it short.
Yeah, that's the last 2 that he's kind of left short. I feel like he'll probably fix that in the next couple holes.
Drew, a little apprehensive about that tap and almost made that long putt, but nice birdie there from Austin.
Yeah, all 3 of them still really close. Austin leading at 1 down even, and then +1.
Okay, on to hole 5. Really straightforward looking par 4, but it doesn't play that easy. It's 700 feet, just under 700 feet. So when you break it down, it's just 2 350-foot shots. But the green is so tiny up there, and it's so fast. This is a hole where if you are over the fairway and you're 80 feet from the water, you're throwing a righty hyzer, you're not really safe. Like, you can slide OB so quick.
Oh, and Austin takes that really wide. Is that going to come back?
That's going to be,
of course.
Right in the middle of the fairway.
Way easy.
Yeah. No, it definitely looked like he was going over water there, but that was a huge shot.
Yeah, and to the viewers, this hole looks like this tee shot. You have a lot of land to work with. But the fairway is skinny and very fast.
And the fastest flat ground fairway probably I've ever played on.
Yes. And Drew just mashes.
Yeah, that's kind of punishing. That's not even really fair.
That is so far.
Yeah. He hits those drives. He's pretty much jump punting on a 700-foot hole almost.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's got so much power. And the way he threw that and the way that Lewis is throwing it is this is the way to avoid that skip into the water. Having that thing just tail right, and what a beautiful line there.
Wow.
Just hold that anhyzer the whole way through. We were kind of throwing into a bit of a headwind, a bit of a left to right, so it made that anhyzer shot a little bit easier to trust, but still they made those shots look really, really nice and easy.
And Austin going with the sidearm approach, and he holds on.
Wow, that's a scary one. He has no idea if he's safe or not right now. That's a Z machete he's throwing, a disc that he just put in his bag recently, and he really likes it, and as you see there, just a bit hot.
Yeah, they both look similar, but Lewis's came in 3 foot further.
Maybe not even. Just
straight out of bounds.
And a little Captain America there from Drew, and I think he's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, and Drew, actually, for as much power as he has a lot of touch.
Really good hands.
Yep, a lot of touch on his upshot, so he definitely ate that 200-foot shot up for breakfast.
Oh, no, 3 in a row for Lewis. That's a little bit, like I said, that's uncharacteristic for him. He really, he makes his money in disc golf on the putting green. Also, he's a great thrower too, but it is a little bit surprising to see him miss 3 in a row short. I'm sure we'll see him make the adjustment.
Yeah, and Austin makes a really good birdie. This isn't exactly a bonus hole, but it really feels nice when you get this one.
Yeah, I mean, as like I said, as straightforward as it is, it plays difficult just because you can see how close that basket is to the water. There's probably 6 holes that are about that distance from the water.
Yeah, and that's a typical scorecard that you're going to see. You're going to see a couple birdies, but you're also going to see possibly a 5 and then a 4.
Yeah. So here we go, the shortest hole in the course. No, the second shortest hole in the course. This year they decided to put these walls up, which if you're coming in low in the front side aren't your friend, but if you have any sort of heat, they are your friend, keeping you inbounds. So here we're going to see Austin throw his Nuco S low, surprisingly, maybe to avoid the, oh my goodness.
No.
And I did not know he did that, so that's that's the first time I'm seeing this, and yeah, just kept it a little bit too low. This is a kind of a tricky shot for a right-hand backhand player to keep flat on the green near the pin, because obviously you can see the hill slopes away.
And it looks like Drew showing that touch that we were just talking about, throwing a justice just as perfect as you can get it.
And that's the traditional play on this hole. Throw a hyzer into the slope with a righty hyzer and just have it just drop down like that.
And a pretty friendly drop zone. That's makeable from there.
Yeah, sure.
About 80 foot outside the circle.
And kind of a no-risk type of run at it, too, so it really gives people a chance to go for it. And Drew...
yeah, these guys are... Lewis and Drew are kind of struggling on the green right now, but Lewis says, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. He made the adjustment, and he just popped it. You know, that his putt requires... that lift, and he's got to commit to it. If he doesn't commit to it, he's going to come up short.
Right.
And that's just coming down to knowing your putt and maybe being a little bit shaky at the beginning of the Pro Tour event.
Yeah, your nerves are definitely going to be active in this first round, the first 6 holes of the tournament.
And it's not easy. I mean, this is a Pro Tour. Obviously, you have the nerves of that. But, I mean, you can see that flag's blowing. It's windy out here. You know, you can't take any putt for granted. And you just have to commit. Number one thing.
And the way the course is designed, it's designed to keep you on edge. You never feel really comfortable with any shot.
Right. Hole 7, this is a really attackable. This is another one of those... I think there's 3 or 4 holes in this course where a long thrower can really get an advantage here. Like a player, like I think of like Drew Gibson, for instance, like he has the ability to get here on a hyzer, and a lot of people have to throw that flex shot. And there's water, obviously short. You have the green, which Lewis is short of, but you also have a fence line behind the basket that is OB as well, like just on the right side of that sidewalk.
And it looked like Lewis was actually taking the OB out of play and leaving it short of the bunker, short of the green.
Right. If you can't quite attack this pin, there's no reason to go aggressive. But it looks like Drew is going aggressive here. A nice... Oh, look at this roll. Wow. That's 530 feet of just pure straight power right at the basket.
Yeah, and it didn't look like that disc really even took a turn at all. That was straight power, like you said. And this looks...
Yeah, talk about power. He's flying over the... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh, my goodness.
Are you kidding me?
That is so good.
Oh, my God. I had no idea he did that. That is incredible. Look at that disc under the basket. That's arrogant.
Yeah, that is extreme power. That's 546 feet
on a wide hyzer. Like he's throwing like 650. Oh. Solid putt there from Drew. That's a bonus birdie.
Oh, absolutely. This is right in between. You could almost say that it's...
Yep. Where's this disc? I don't see it anymore. It's gone.
Oh, that's nice to see. That's nice to see these guys laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome. But seriously, where is Austin's disc? Wow. Right, that is awesome.
Yeah, if I get this hole, I consider it an eagle.
Yeah, I mean, it plays like it. I mean, the whole field is taking 3s and 4s on it.
Absolutely. It's as far as I throw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's max distance, and, you know, you have to throw the flex. And Drew and Austin are, you know, powerful enough they can get there on a hyzer, but everyone else has to throw the flex.
Yeah, you won't see a closer shot than Austin's.
That's incredible.
In the next couple years, probably.
So they did something different on this hole from last year. They added a shorter pin placement. So this is about 30 feet to 40 feet shorter than the gold placement or the gold tee. Makes it about 330 feet or so, and makes it really more attackable. Last year it was kind of scary to attack. This year you have to go for it. And you have bunker 15 feet behind the pin that you cannot see from the tee. There's a bunker 15 feet to the right that you can't really see from the tee. And there's also water left if you throw the hyzer and it's windy. It could go over there.
And these are the misses that you typically see on the hole. Is I don't think that he just threw in the bunker. I think that was just dead.
Yeah, that's just dead grass. That's not a bunker there. And that's kind of the play. You want to throw a side arm right at that tree. If you have the distance to do that, right at that tree, because then if you do, you should hit the front side hill there and just barely avoid the bunker.
But he's not done yet. That's a 25-footer straight uphill and a crosswind.
Yeah, look at that flag blowing. I mean, that's not a putt that you're ever going to feel comfortable with. I mean, you could be 20 feet and still you have a lot of work to do.
Like,
Oh, and Austin, he said before the round he was going to be aggressive on the putts, and that's a scary thing to commit to, especially when there's wind and you have these baskets precariously perched on the top of these hills. You have to have a lot of confidence, and you know, the commitment. Like I said, that's the word. You have to really stick to a game plan.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do on a hole like this is get a putt and then, like you said, not commit.
Yeah, the halfway putt gets you the rollaways.
Yeah, because then you're rolling away or you're giving yourself another 25-footer on an uncomfortable green. The best thing you can do is just go all out. If you're going to go for it, you have to go all out.
Yeah, you have to commit. I mean, that's the putt that gets us in trouble, right? That half putt where you hit the rim on the right side because you're trying to be safe on the right side, trying to be safe with the low putt, and then you hit that and then you turn into a roll. But everyone avoided damage there. 3 pars. You'll typically see a birdie with the placement being put into the short, but no bogeys, no Bs, so you can move on to the next one, which is, I think, one of my favorite par 4s in the course. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, it's just your traditional par 4. It's similar to hole 1 with the drive. You can really lay out and tackle as much as you would like.
Right.
And then the upshot is guarded by a few trees in the fairway, and then
they also decided to elevate it this year, so it makes the putts, if you do come up 30 feet short, you got a little bit more to think about this year.
Absolutely, and I'm a big fan of elevating the baskets. I know a lot of people aren't, but I really like it. It gives another element to the hole.
Absolutely, it's like people talk about the sport advancing by making baskets smaller. I think we make baskets smaller by elevating them.
Yep.
And it makes people really think about their putt, consider whether or not it's worth going for. And I think that people are upset when it's just unnaturally lifted. They are fine with them on a mound, but when they're unnaturally lifted, that's different. And I don't see it being any different whatsoever. It still keeps you thinking. And that's what I like about it.
I really like the height that the Pro Tour went with these elevated baskets.
It's not too exaggerated.
Yep, it's a really good height, because I think the higher you go, maybe the more kind of gimmicky it is.
Right.
But they chose a really good height, and I'm so impressed with how much power this kid has. He's making these holes just look very short.
And all 3 players' drives were kind of ideal in that you want to. Like, this is coming close to the greens and the bunkers over here. I can't quite tell if he landed in a bunker, but you want to stay on the right side. There's kind of a tree line, as you see. It's kind of suggested with those trees, but the right side opens up a bit more for the approach than the left side. And Drew just avoiding the eagle's nest there. And I think the only player who really executed their approach properly was Austin there, but Lewis has been known to make these, and good Lord, that was a good bid from about 90 feet. And Drew's wasting no time here.
He throws it up.
And just a bit short. Still a good bid from that distance.
Good touch on that putt, not to go past with giving it a chance.
Oh, my gosh. Just basically knocks the basket over. That was a great putt, dead center.
Yeah, like you said, he made a decision he was going to be aggressive with the putter, and he's staying true to form.
Mm-hmm. And a couple pars there from Lewis and Drew, and we are through the front 9 already. This course is fun, but it kind of plays pretty quick. I liked it. There's a good flow about this course. Through the front 9, Austin's at 3, Drew's at 1, and Lewis is at even par. And take a couple looks at some of the incredible views that we have out here at Mulligan's. Jade Sewell does such an incredible job putting us in what a majestic place we have to play disc golf. So,
looking forward to playing this tournament for years to come for sure. It's just a really nice piece of property and a well-run tournament.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching the front 9, guys. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the first round of the Utah Open.